Hi, Anti-Society! Welcome back to the Antisocial Planet. Today we're getting some more Tower of God Webtoon. And you know what? We have a bunch of stuff happening with Khun. Bomb is showing up. Looks like we're gonna have a bit of a scuffle between those two. Sachi might be part of it. Daniel's been impaled and therefore is dealing with some stuff right now. All that's happening, sure. But more importantly, we ended the last chapter with Rachel showing up to pick a fight with Khun. And I, for one, am giddy with the idea of that happening because, oh boy, do I think that Khun is going to just wipe the floor with her again, without supervision this time. No witnesses, if he can pull it off the way that he wants to. So is there a chance that he might get a run for his money? Cassino's there and stuff, but I have faith in him, so I'm looking forward to that if nothing else. Just, girl, I don't think you know what fight you're picking. This is a little precarious, sure, but I just don't. Your chances are very slim on this. Like, that's determined. You're more determined than I thought. Not necessarily, like, impressed, though. You didn't trick him, though. He knew. He was just playing along. Oh, hun. There's sometimes you just shouldn't meet your idols. True, though. They are not going to be on your side, ultimately. Yeah, I was like, you're probably the scariest, but which game are we talking about? I think he's already comparing. He's like, calculations, whomst are we? Or I just realized that we have someone else next to him. But I like how Khun's being, all right, how do I compare this power level? How do I strategize, figure everything out? We've already got another strategic mind with us as well. I like how he's like, all right, so Cassino, Yuta, shouldn't discount those ones. And he's like, Rachel, which is my mindset too. Somebody, whomst. Is it my darling? Where have you been? My chaotic little bundle of joy. I like he's immediately, are you in trouble? Do you need me? That's my turtle. You back off. And if anyone else has rage for Rachel, it's Rock. Ooh, and he's not even in chibi form. Mess him up, especially Cassino. I got a bone to pick with him on Teddy Bear's behalf. Let's go. Just, yeah. Oh yeah, there's some other people there too. We don't really know them. Oh, are we helping? Are we doing okay? Be careful, little sweetie. Nice. Divide and conquer. Yeah, whom's is the other person? Because I'm like, Rachel's with Yuta, the threat there. Of course they do. Khun's always 1,000 steps ahead. 3D chess is like child's play for him. Nice. Let's go. I like how even in like little chibi form, he's got a smirk. I like he's like, other people might find them, but also strategically, our team may also find them. He's like, Current is will follow us. Yeah, it's fine. We got this. I would have killed him if it wasn't someone I liked. We like to have that energy. Sure you would, Rock. Of course Rock's got you. He's smarter than he portrays himself to be. He's a very good hunter. Following people and finding out where they are is like his thing. Like he's like, I don't know if we'll win, but we can definitely buy some time. Oh, we're gonna duke it out, aren't we? Yeah, I want a 1v1. Let's hash it out. Let's figure out who can win in a fight. Especially since like we had in the whole previous interactions with Rachel too, pointing out that she's gotten this far because she has people to support her. And Khun like isolating her, being like, all right, if you're as great as you seem to think you are, you deserve to continue up to the tower. Defeat me on your own. Let's see how well you do. Because she did so great the last time, right? I believe in our boy. I think a Rock's like, I came here with the intention of doing violence. You can fight Cassino. Fair and equal. As equal as it can be, right? He's so angry. He was all suited up, right? Full size and everything. I feel like being suspended in the air is not exactly fair and equal. I know that they can both have like their lighthouses and whatever, but still. Look at that grin. Okay. Heads you win, tails she wins. Gotta be more of a trick to this. Ain't no way he's like chance. Especially if he's flipping the coins. Or if she's flipping the coins. I don't know, but there's definitely some other stuff to this. Khun is not a gambler. Not really at the heart of it. He's plays within plans and a laundry list of backups, hoping that everything will work out. I guess he left all the doors unlocked behind him, but he was like, whatever. Whoever follows us, not a big deal. Chances are our friends are going to be the ones who find it too, so like it's like it would be crazy for us to actually fight. We wouldn't even have a chance, which is true. Because I'm stronger than you, I'm smarter than you, so like the only real way you have a chance is luck. Ooh, look, let's see whom God loves more. Pointed. Also, the shading is popping off on this. I feel like every time I check out a new chapter, there's something new in the artwork where I'm just like, dang. I don't like when she laughs. It makes me uncomfy. I don't like the look in your eye. I don't like that we're leaving it up to chance. Again, there has to be something. In Khun we trust. I don't want this face off though. Even though like maybe, I was like, he might be okay before Khun like powered up. So I don't know now. We did talk to the same like demonic thing though. And we're like, that's not real power. So maybe I don't know. Oh, be careful, girl. Scraps. She's a living flamethrower. I'd be like a little bit cautious. Oh, I'm sorry. We're white now. I said Khun before. White. as of now. Look, I don't know if there's much of a difference between brave and stupid, but it has to be done either way. You threatened his friends. Oh yeah, we have some people in the dark. There's a backstory. Yes, there's a backstory to that too? Yeah, I was like, what could you have done to not be a Slayer anymore? What could you have done to have Fugo? Ooh, wait. Oh, that's... Huh. Yeah, I'm with all y'all. Yeah. Oh, we got a princess involved. Cool. Yeah, don't pick a fight right now. Yeah, ooh, I'm worried though. Wow. He is like in god territory, all things considered. Wow, this panel like towering over him, but Bomb has like light on his face and he's like more in shadow. That's cool, actually. Again, the god imagery of like sacrifices in order for someone else to gain strength. Ooh, I wasn't ready for the creepy lean over with all the shadows. Dang, the legend of me is a line. He's intense. Just like a dad. I just noticed how tensed up I was there for a second. I'm like, ooh, loosen up in between chapters. But you can't hurt him. A lot of people are gonna be mad about it. Like a bomb, just please. No, he just pushed away his blade. Sir, you're in my space. Yeah, you tell him. Yeah, he's different now. I love that he's just, I don't need power and I don't need to be a Slayer, right? I don't need a title. I don't need the power. I don't want that authority. He's continuously just been like, I don't want any of that. What I want and what has always fueled him throughout this entire journey is I want to be with my friends and I want to help them. That's who he is. And he's, I can't let you loose because you're going to try and hurt people. And that's going to include the people that I care about. So it ends here. Like the determined look in your eyes. I'm worried, but let's go. This face off. I love the bleed separating like the two sides of this standoff. Good balance there. Sir, don't. It's dangerous, but also like, I feel like our boy might be like, okay. Yeah, there's a power up there, but you know what? We're still in one piece. Oh, his power's so cool looking. But like vines, I feel like he's not gonna do super well though. As much as I'm like, his power is cool. But we got multiple people involved now. I forgot that we had more people who showed up and I was like, I don't fully know who you are, but go off. Nice. Use the distraction. He has changed, yes. The fact that he's grown this much to the point where like people are like white can immediately notice he hasn't done all the work yet is gonna be a moment when we actually get to all of that. Like he still has to go back and finish training. It's at least enough to keep him alive this long, so that's nice. Yeah, you also gotta be worried about collateral. Wow, I love the zoomed out shot and like using the angle of like the wall. It's just like a cool way to lead that movement down the panel as you're scrolling. Dang. Oh yeah, y'all are watching. Sure. We're getting some like actual specifics on which family, which father we had such a grudge with. Why is the face the concern? I'm with Evan on this one. He's priorities. Did you? I don't know. Nice. Love that we're getting some support and some distraction. Dang, that's so cool. Like having like the different like dynamic like angles and then you have like Bomb's movements like leaking outside of the frame into the gutters. Ooh, good leading movement too, like hand and then boom, we got a hand with a blade as well. That's so good, being like the reaching out, finishing the movement, and then we have the change in the stance. Dutch angle, we're introducing like a new element. Good panel design. Ooh, the faith in there of being like, I can just stab my friend in the chest and it'll be okay. A moment ago. Thank you for the recap. Ooh, Daniel's helping. Yeah, cool. That's fine. That's totally okay. We're fighting for like definitely our friends now. Ah, this makes more sense now. Like, I thought part of it was that he was like, oh, I'm going to go to a place where Princesses of Jihad can't go because that didn't work out super well for him previously. So going to a place where they're like, they can't get access is a good way for him to lick his wounds and get himself together. But also if there's a bunch of spirits here for him to collect, then that's like easy recovery, right? That's an easy power up that he doesn't need to like work for, especially if he's trying to recover. And one of those, Daniel has a vested interest in not being eaten. That's a scary visual. Yes, I agree. We should stop him before that. I mean, considering he was like, hey, someone who was definitely against you earlier is, I have a plan. It involves you stabbing your friend in the chest. I'm trusted real fast. Like, I get that he like understands the basic mechanics of Khun's knife, but like still, yeah, we'll be able to trap him or at least part of him, like one of the split souls maybe. Ooh, there's all this energy to the previous panels, right? All of this energy, and like here it's a stark quiet. It's eerie. This stresses me out on a whole different level. Because let's not whine about it. Really don't think that he's gonna go with luck. There's gotta be some other stuff. Yeah, or maybe, I don't know, is he leaving it up to God? It just doesn't seem like his vibe to be like, let's see who's like the lucky one, or let's see who is chosen by God. I know that like Rachel has that like weird complex about being chosen or not being chosen or like being special, and Khun like not so much because he's, I was born into one of the great families. kind of sucked actually, but and has gone through a lot of stuff. Even him saying I'm not a very like lucky person. He's definitely been through some things that kind of counter him having any luck of his own, but there's got to be something. There's got to be something that he's got going on that will ensure that he wins. I was gonna say, weren't we taking all of them instead of like this, like you get to keep one? Oof, let's ask God how this will turn out. I feel like this whole game though, to be like, let's leave it up to God, let's leave it up to luck. Part of it is him being like, oh, if we actually fought, there's no chance that you would win. But I think also it's because Khun knows Rachel, right? He knows that she needs to be special and she can't resist the temptation of either seeing or proving that she does have some kind of inherent special thing about her, right? If she wins this, she's like, oh, I must be special because I was lucky enough to win this particular game. And I think that he's using that as a way to lure her in and make sure that she actually wants to be part of it. Because when have we heard Khun speak in a similar way previous to this, right? Like he doesn't have that kind of doctrine or belief system in the same way that like some of the other characters we've met have. So I feel like there's definitely some other stuff going on with this whole choice of game. Definitely some cool upgrades with the art in this. I feel like the last like few videos I filmed, there's been moments where I'm like, ooh, we've got a little bit of an upgrade in the artwork. And I love that. And I don't know exactly in terms of like when stuff came out. I know that there's like long pauses between different parts of it coming out just because of like when CU could have put stuff out, right? So I know that the kind of upload schedule stuff is a little bit wonky, so I don't know the whole story behind that, but definitely can see some improvement in it and trying out some interesting things with it. I like that there's always been this kind of unique style to the webtoon, but it's starting to take on like these certain like characteristics of like experimentation and getting out of comfort zones, like having Bomb's action for reaching be like outside of the panel borders into the gutters, and then it completes with him like closing his hand around the knife. That's such a cool thing to lead that movement, especially for a scrolling comic like this. It'd be very different if you were like flipping through a physical comic. It's very different to do one for a scrolling one like a webtoon. So I like that seeing some of that like really well utilized, and like the way that action was directed in a lot of the fight scenes is also really cool. And I have my suspicions. I have my suspicions about Khun's choice in fight. Would I have liked to have seen a like full knockout fight? Sure. Because I feel like Rachel is one of those people who has never been properly punched in the face, but like probably should be. You met those people where you're like, oh, you've never had immediate consequences to your actions. So I feel like that would just be satisfying to me, but I'll settle for some trickery and mind games if that is what it turns out to be. I just don't believe that he would leave something to luck. He's not that kind of person. We haven't seen a lot of God talk in conversation with him either, like faith-based conversation from him. So I feel like it's definitely just a way of getting to her. He knows what makes her tick, so he's picking a game that he knows will pull her in and will be too much for her to turn down. And I feel like maybe Bob's got a plan of some kind. Seems to be teaming up with Daniel because he's got a bit of a vested interest in everything that's going on. Seems to be a little bit more trust than I would just throw in with Daniel. But you know what? Hey, desperate times. Didn't have a lot of moments right now to contemplate whether or not he should be trusting people. And Bomb's always been a lot more open-hearted than I am. I'm suspicious of everything. We'll see how that particular knockout goes because, like it was said, if he continues after this point, white, right? It's gonna be impossible to deal with him after that, especially if he's gonna be taking all of the souls from the Hell Train. So guess we'll have to see how that all turns out, but I hope you enjoyed reading that along with me. You can click Let's Play as to go to my previous reactions, or you can subscribe from time to time. I post a Tower of God video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.